Nice to meet you. Good. What's going on?
Chilling, how are you?
Absolutely. I'm Isaiah McLean. I work for good citizen of publications and allow great businesses to share their story. Today we are here with Gio, founder and creator of Fitteds. Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Absolutely.
No, thank you for having me.
So before we get into you sharing what is Fitteds, right? Just give a little background about who you are, where you came from, and kind of how it just all got started.
So I'm Gio. I'm from Harlem. Grew up. I ain't even had no choice as a child. So just a part of our culture growing up in Harlem, up north in general. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, you see somebody grandmother in the fit hat up where we from, man.
Even with that background, right? Mm-hmm. What are some of those challenges, right, that you faced early on? That emotion?
Challenges in business or like just in general with creating Fitteds?
I say all around, but more specifically, what are the emotions that you felt and how did you overcome those, right? Because you knew on that journey at some point it was going to happen. Like, how did you overcome that?
So for me, I think the pandemic was like the biggest adversity that we faced. We literally opened up dead in the middle of the pandemic. That mixed with me being a new entrepreneur, not really having no history of being a business owner. So it was a lot of learning as I went. And you know how that goes.
Absolutely.
You're learning as you go, you kind of get smacked with them lessons. But the beautiful thing about it was I was able to go through things and kind of move forward and know, okay, like, we've been here before. The pandemic, nobody wanting to come out the stores. At that time, it was literally people were staying away from each other. So it was tough, operating in that time, but it was also a blessing because we had a product in a region that was, it was a high demand but no market. You couldn't really find it. So that helped us out a lot. People wanted the product so much that they kind of fought through the pandemic and the COVID and all that. They wasn't caring. It was coming down, shopping with us. So it worked out, but like you said, I think just the pandemic alone was kind of the biggest challenge for us, for me personally.
So you hit on two things. You've shown me that you just can fix it as you go, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Pick up the pieces as you move,
yeah.
And that community can help power, your dream, especially.
Community is important. Community is important, and I think that's one of our whys. I started Fitted as a creative. You know what I'm saying? Going to different businesses and kind of looking for those opportunities, but the clout. If the clout don't match with the opportunity, it's like, so.
Correct.
We wanted to open up a space where we could give up and coming creatives a platform, to create on these world-renowned products and stuff like that and bring brand awareness to what they got going on. So community is extremely important to us. And also building community as well too, because this is a fairly new genre of, like, how you got sneakers,
Absolutely.
This is kind of becoming.
You built a culture here. I felt it when I walked in.
Yes, sir.
Just even from like a foundational point, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
a perspective of business.
Yes,
when
sir.
adversity comes, you remember why you started this, so you're not
That's
waiting.
right, yeah.
What is that foundation for you? What keeps you planning?
Faith. I think being an entrepreneur is like, you gotta have a lot of faith. Like 70% is faith, because you really don't know. It's not like a definite kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the entrepreneurs that exercise bravery by going out there and kind of stepping out on faith. I commend all my fellow entrepreneurs for sure.
For the customer that doesn't know about Fitteds, that's not familiar with this culture, when they walk into the store, what did the clothes tell? Like, what stories to tell even if you weren't here?
Oh man, so that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. As you can see, we got a lot of like throwback jerseys. We got authentic shorts, authentic jackets as well. And if you look on a lot of these pieces, you can kind of see the year they were active. So like this Marlins, yeah, that's like a 90 something. And then you look on the basketball shorts, it'll say the 96, 97 year Jordan championship year.
Absolutely.
Things like that. So it kind of like highlights the historic value of the actual product, and the same with the fit hats. You got the patches like the 1999 World Series, the 77.
Absolutely, yeah.
All-Star game. And that was one of the things too that we wanted to do. We wanted to highlight the historic value of the hats. So a lot of the product, that's the story it tells. Our overall experience is sportswear. So even the regular clothing that you see, like honor the gift. That's Russell Westbrook. He's an NBA player. Mostly everything in here is geared towards sports apparel, sports related gear.
Even from an historic standpoint, right? So, Good Citizen was created to give back in a way that's never really been done before with the three interfaces.
Okay.
With the main reason being the youth empowerment.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
So before it was a lot of speeches, right? So it's like 15-minute speeches. You go, you inspire, but then they got to go back and face real life.
Yeah, that's right.
And so
that's right.
Now we want to get back in a different way, and that's coming to guys that have not only been there before, but have grown,
right,
and still have that genuine heart.
100%.
What would you tell that younger kid that does have a perspective of like, man, I want to be so creative, but I don't know exactly that next step, and you took the step and you keep taking it. What does that look like for you? What would you tell them?
That's a tough one, because you want to give them all of the game that you ain't get, you know what I'm saying? And you know how we learn.
Correct.
We learn, and it's like, you know, we got to go through the fire. Sometimes you could give the game and they jump right over the fire. They could get, you know what I'm saying, a little further than you. What I would say is stay creative, stay positive, and have positive intent. You know what I'm saying? Just set your goals. There's really nothing we can't do out here. You know what I'm saying? That's the number one trick.
Correct.
Is to believe that things aren't possible or far-fetched for you. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. What's true is you can do whatever you want. You just have to set the intent. You know what I'm saying? Have a goal, have a plan. You know what I'm saying? Just have a goal, and then all of that will work itself out. But set that intent, and you can do whatever you want.
1,000. What's something about this business that you wish people knew that they may not know if they just walked in here and bought something?
So we the home of the purple, man. So if you see people running around with them purples, just know, you know what I'm saying? I started pro-creative, man. So we want to collab with more local entrepreneurs, business owners, creatives, and yeah. So if you out here, you moving and shaking, tap in with us so we can work. As you can see, this is what we do. We got accounts with Mitchell & Ness, New Era, so we can pretty much create on whatever. But what we really need to be creating on, and maybe we could pay into this at the end. We can search some sites. We got some product we want to promote. If you don't mind, can I brag?
Man, I say do your thing.
Yes, sir. I'll be right back.
There you go.
Yeah, yes, sir.
For sure. I got you.
So this is the new product. These are the Charlotte hats, and we want to use these hats to tell a story of Charlotte, the creatives of Charlotte. You know,
the design, wow.
100%. The people that's kind of ushering in the future. You know what I'm saying, of Charlotte.
So let's talk about that, right? So when I hear future, it makes me like it's a conduit, right? So it's like when you leave here, when Gio's gone, when it's all said and done.
That's right.
What is the story that you want them to tell about fitness? What does that look like?
Oh man, I wish I could dictate that. I think the story that I want, just everything that I've done, that I've displayed, I want it to be left here. Of course, my store, but just, you know, I can't narrate the story. It's hard for me to answer that question because, of course, I could be like, yeah, well, I want them.
Correct.
But, you know, I just, you know, see me for who I truly am, you know, and the word could tell, you know, you go back and look and see what we've done. I don't like to too much, like, talk about, yo, we did it. But, you know, it's
I can feed
documented.
I can feed them. Like, I mean, they'll fit it as well.
100%.
But you're genuine.
Yes,
you know, that's what you've been chosen. And when you can't choose to lead. It's in you.
100%.
They're gonna follow the
Likewise,
you know
brother.
what I'm saying?
You already know.
Wow, Gio.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Wow,
100%.
Of course, you know, last but not least, words of inspiration for that specific youth audience that is watching this, trying to get answers, man. They lost.
Yes, sir.
You know, what would just,
yes,
if you had to give them anything, what would you give?
Tap in with yourself. There's a lot of things that's going on outside of us. The world is going to be the world, you know what I'm saying? But building yourself is the most important thing, because we are a reflection. So if you ain't right mentally, if things ain't right within you, it may not be right on the outside neither. So to change your reality, you got to change your thoughts and your inner reality. So I feel like that's the most important thing, is just tap in with yourself, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and don't be so caught up in what's going on outside of you. Don't get caught up in what your friends is doing or what you see on TV that you may think is cool. Or, you know, figure out what you like and do that. Stay in alignment. That's how you get everything that's meant for you. That would be my advice to you.
That's real. That's real. That's real. Yes, sir. If you don't know, again, this is Gio, the owner of Fitteds out here at Camp North in Charlotte, North Carolina. He exudes what it means to be a small business, what it means to love, what it means to share. If you haven't had the chance to come, not only do I promote this man, I promote this business, I want to also encourage you all to come and do the same. Good Citizen, we're a platform that just thrives on that. So,
thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting you, brother.
Pleasure.